Hello everyone, this is Dr. Live with New Insight, and thank you for joining me in another video. The title of today's video is Splitting. Splitting is a concept that is associated with narcissistic personality disorder or someone with narcissistic traits, and it describes their coping and defense mechanism. So let's get right into the discussion. A narcissist thinking is characterized by all or nothing, black or white, also known as polarized or dichotomous thinking. There is no middle. They have poor coping skills with an inability to introspect or self-reflect, admit their faults, take accountability, and do the work to address their issues, nor are they willing to compromise with others. Therefore, they use splitting when they don't want to acknowledge or take accountability for something. It also helps them to control or regulate their emotions. Let's look at some other traits as well. First and foremost, the narcissist doesn't see you, and this is something I discussed in a previous video. Instead, they see opportunity and supply. That's it. They only see you for the role you fulfill in their lives, for what you do for them and how you make them feel. Understand that they don't care about your actual good qualities and traits as a person. They only quote unquote care about the parts of you that suits their needs and their purpose. And even with this, it's not the healthy care that you're thinking of. So for example, you could be a nice, loving, kind, caring, hardworking, loyal, creative, fun, artistic, accomplished person. The narcissist only notices the qualities that they can use, manipulate, and benefit from. Also, the narcissist doesn't see you as a whole, complete, multidimensional person. For example, let's say you're a woman. Besides the narcissist or being the narcissist's girlfriend or wife or partner, you're also a sister, an aunt, niece, granddaughter, friend, student, worker. The narcissist has tunnel vision, however, and they only see what they choose to see, which is typically, again, the role you fulfill for him or her. And the fact remains that for the narcissist, as long as you are fulfilling the 3 P's, as I call it, pleasing, proving, and producing, you're all good with them. And they may continue to idealize you, love bomb you, or tolerate you. But the moment they realize you have needs and expectations, you have standards, you have boundaries, or they realize that a healthy relationship requires reciprocity, consistency, accountability, and the like, they get put out. They lose interest. And then you're no longer the shining star. You're no longer the answer. And they immediately start making a plan for escape, which will include your devaluation and discard. The narcissist uses splitting as a coping and defense mechanism so that they don't have to deal with the guilt, shame, embarrassment from the foul things they do to people. So splitting helps them to justify their actions. Now you may wonder, how can they do that? They wouldn't like it if someone mistreated their moms, sisters, daughters, or nieces. Splitting allows them to remove or distance themselves, hence split, from accountability, from dealing with vulnerable emotions, from dealing with consequences. And remember, they don't see you as a person, at least not outside of the role you fulfill for them. They lack empathy, which debilitates their ability to understand, relate, or connect to others emotionally. They have a false self, which distorts their perception of others in the first place. They don't have the capacity to deal with complex emotions, and many of them have difficulty expressing themselves verbally, difficulty being vulnerable, and many have low emotional intelligence and emotional immaturity, which all of this is reflected in their inability to connect with others on a deep and personal level. So keep this in mind when they're trying to get you to believe that you're the problem. You're to blame for their lies and cheating. You're the one disturbing the peace in the relationship. You're the one creating all the problems. And like all of us, you're imperfect. You have your faults too. And I'm sure there are times you may not have been your best self. You may have said or done things that you regret. So always take accountability for this. Always take accountability for your actions. But do not accept someone blaming you for their foul and inappropriate behaviors. That's where you need to draw the line. And don't allow the narcissist or any toxic person to criticize and condemn you, treating you as a person with no value or worth. This is all a part of their manipulative tactics, such as blame shifting and gaslighting. And it serves as a way for them to devalue you only to preserve their own inflated, grandiose, and fragile ego. So understand that with splitting, you're dealing with someone with low emotional intelligence, someone who's emotionally immature, emotionally unavailable, someone with poor coping skills, including poor emotional regulation and poor impulse control skills, and therefore you will have no stability or consistency in how they show up in the relationship or in how they see you or treat you. So why does the narcissist use splitting? Let's examine some facts about their mindset, which is characterized by delusional thinking. The narcissist believes that they can just check out and create the person and reality they want to exist in. They don't want to put in any effort into trying to understand or deal with their emotions, let alone anyone else's emotions. They don't want to understand all the complexities of life. It's easier and better for the narcissist to stay surface level because this is where they feel most safe and most comfortable. So understand that their false reality, delusions, their bubble they live in are comfortable and safe for them. The narcissist doesn't want to deal with real people, real issues, real emotions, or real life, period. And they certainly don't want to face the truth about who they are, be held accountable, or have to put in effort to change. For them, it's better to have their own version of reality where they can be who they want, get what they want, live how they want, getting their needs met, doing what makes them happy, and whatever keeps them satisfied. And as long as they are winning, quote unquote winning, surviving and thriving, nothing else matters to them. Remember, their default setting is self-gratification and self-preservation. So understand that they don't want to admit fault or change or deviate from behaviors that serve them. Right or wrong does not matter. So you can start to understand that by nature, the narcissist is not equipped for healthy, stable functioning or healthy, stable connections. And splitting is just yet another maladaptive coping strategy they employ to get further removed from you and the reality they don't want to deal with. So I hope this helps. Please leave your questions and comments down below, and we will talk soon.